It's a sweet feeling knowing that when Tennessee returns to Knoxville later this morning that those national title hopes are still very much in reach as they get ready to turn their attention to the Sweet 16 later this week after defeating UCLA in the round of 32. Even sweeter watching Chaz Lanier surpass Chris Lofton's record for most three-pointers in a single season. Though in the game, Chaz Lanier wasn't sure which three-pointer he hit was going to surpass Chris Lofton's 2008 record when he put up 118 triples in that season. But funny enough, it was when Chaz Lanier hit his 120th of the game, he entered with 116, that he finally showed a little bit of emotion. It was part of a 9-2 run that Tennessee was putting together. UCLA immediately calls a timeout, and Chaz is skipping to the sideline to meet his team. But he knew in that moment that it just felt good because of how passionate he is about the game, and he knew he was close. So he says, I had to show a little something.
I really didn't know which three it was, but I mean, just seeing the ball go in the hole, I'm always excited about that. I'm super passionate about what I do, so in Vol Nation, like you can see, they were super happy about me making threes, so it was a good moment.
And with Chris Lofton in the stands cheering on the team and Chaz Lanier as he surpasses his own record, Chaz takes a moment to reflect on how blessed he feels to be in this moment, to have a chance to even accomplish something like that.
I got to do a little something if I break it, so whichever three it is, I got to do a little something for the record. So that's
trying to get a spot in the one shining moment.
Yes, he is. He was talking about it yesterday. Yes, he is. Can't lie about it.
Hey,
Tell me about that.
I didn't know which three it was going to be, but I mean, I'm just super happy and fortunate to make the threes and just be in this position to break the record. So, I mean, I'm just happy and excited.
And with this special career-defining game for Chaz Lanier, it was only appropriate to ask the players what one three-pointer Chaz Lanier's had this season stands out the most to them. Cade Phillips tells me it hasn't happened yet.
Oh, man. The next one? The next one? Nah.
No, but when Cade had a moment to think about which three really stands out most to him, he actually went all the way to the beginning of the season when the team was in the Bahamas, and he said it was in that Baja Mar tournament that his performance and what he could do for this team really stood out.
There's a million. I feel like he hits a big three, you know, in every moment. But the one that really, you know, made me kind of realize who he was early in the season, Bahamas, where he kind of capped off his, I think it was 25-point scoring run by himself. He hit like a 30-footer in transition that we were like, okay, this guy's legit.
Important to make the right decisions, like when to go for it on fourth down, or when to kick the field goal or go for the touchdown. It's also important to make the right insurance decisions too. That's why my office, Trey McAdams State Farm, is here to help you select the right protection at the right price. Our office will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect when the unexpected happens. With Trey McAdams State Farm, it's easy to make the right call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Proud sponsor of the Tennessee Vols.
And we all know how much of a competitor Jemai Mashak is, so when I asked him what three-pointer stands out the most from Chaz Lanier, it wasn't a three-pointer he had in a game. Instead, it was one he had in practice.
When he hit one over me, it doesn't happen often, so when it does, you know, I give guys respect. So I have to get, you know, from the jump, when we were playing, I give him respect all the time as a jump shooter. So it's one thing to watch it, but when you're guarding it, it doesn't happen often when he's shooting over me. It doesn't happen often. You can ask him.
So was there smack talk afterwards?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't talk mess like that.
But you do.
Oh yeah, I definitely do. I definitely do. But no, it wasn't no smack talk. It was just wanting to win the practice that we were, you know, doing. But once I seen that, I knew he was gonna be legit.
How many more has he gotten on you?
Probably 0. It doesn't happen often.
The Vols certainly hope to carry that with them to Indianapolis for the Sweet 16, but before they get there, they're going back to Knoxville, knowing that they still have so much to play for. Hearing in the locker room all the cheers before we were able to go in really highlights just how much fun this team is having, but how monumental it is to get wins in the NCAA tournament, especially in their first two games. Wofford and UCLA really tested this team. That time off will certainly be necessary, but Cade Phillips tells me it's all smiles smiles as they return to Knoxville.
This is stuff you dream of as a kid, and so, now that we're here, don't get caught up too much in the moment, but enjoy it, but stay focused and stick to business.
And while the team is full of smiles now, they tell me that won't last long because they need to get back to business to accomplish that one goal.
The goal is a national championship, and our first step is the Sweet 16, and we're going to enjoy this tonight and focus on whoever we have to play next weekend.
Felix Akpara also talked about wanting to be an inspiration to kids back in Nigeria. I'll have more on that later this week as they get ready for the Sweet 16. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on that interview. Later today, I'll also be in Columbus to follow the Lady Vols in their match against Ohio State in the round of 32. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on a single thing happening around Tennessee men's and women's basketball here inside the NCAA tournament. I'll talk to you guys later today.
Andrew's Physical Therapy at Blaine and Strawberry Plains. That's where I've gone to rehab my knee, shoulder, and elbow when rubbing a little dirt on it ain't good enough.